Okay, we have another caller on the line.
Hello, I'm good. I'm good.
Hello? Hello, Eze?
Are you hearing me?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay. The contribution is the local staff are using the owners of PHCN. They are not the owners of PHCN. The PHCN belongs to the whole Nigeria. You see, what we are hearing is that most of them want to be paid 50 million naira. It cannot happen. So I think that Nigeria has done well, has taken steps in the sense of time. We needed somebody who can continue with the process. Even for working at PHCN, you look at them as privileged people that have opportunity to work in the power sector, which so many Nigerians don't have that kind of opportunity. So they should not treat themselves, they should look at the PHCN assets as their own. It belongs to the whole of the country. So that's what we are saying. Thank you.
PHCN belongs to Nigeria. Because it was a bit distorted, so I didn't quite understand his point. It doesn't belong to the worker, so they should not hold Nigeria to ransom. Is that his point?
Yeah, that's precisely.
But people are talking about the entitlement. Let's refer to them.
But another thing is, Mr. Kolawole, government has not proved itself to be honest, in quotes. Therefore, even if it came out today and says, okay, we will pay at the rate of 100 billion a year, for instance, and we will pay you gradually, do you think the people are going to listen to them?
Yesterday you said tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow never ends, does it?
Tomorrow never ends. So.
Oh dear!
But they can use.
So nobody's going to believe them.
They can. There are also ways of building confidence.
I beg your pardon. We have another caller. Suddenly the calls are coming in fast and furious. Yes. Hello. Good morning, Dari. Please make your comment.
Yeah, good morning. Sorry, this morning we're talking about this. The government must pay that money. Some people actually took away the money, which they couldn't account for, and now you now want the work.
Oh dear, Dari, you have to call us back. Sorry.
So I was saying there are ways of building confidence that will make it possible for the workers to accept phased payment. You can have designated banks that can manage this, and government signs an MOU with both the workers and the banks that this money will be managed by a First Bank, a Union Bank, UBA, whoever
bank,
and or even find out the banks that PHCN uses to pay the workers, and said we'll be depositing 100 billion or over 4-year period, and then the banks will pay. Because and then also before you do that, you really negotiate with them to drive down this amount. And I also know among these workers, there are many of them that will be absorbed by those
the new companies.
So you remove those from the lease. So at the end of the day, you have a manageable size, and that money would have gone down, and then you get some banks to manage it.
All right. And we have another caller. Hello, Chilaka. Good morning. Please go ahead and make your comment.
I want to make a contribution towards this discourse. There have been contributions made by the government as regards this issue, and the workers they have been making deductions from the workers' salary in the contributory pension. And some people are responsible for not remitting that amount of money, and those people they are working freely on the street. What should happen to those people? I think those people should be prosecuted, they should be brought to book before government should think about paying any money to these people. That's my suggestion.
Mr. Chilaka, we understand that there is an investigation being carried out right now to find out exactly what happened to those contributions. Yes, you were saying something before that call came.
Yeah, I was just concluding that you need to first engage the workers to see if we can reduce this monstrous amount, and after doing that, find out those who can be engaged, because you can even invite those if I don't know whether they've awarded the licenses, those who want all these controversies going to lead to another round of auctioning that will create problems. They can do an audit of the workforce And as Simon said, there are, professionals in them that will actually gain by this. So at the end of the day, you get to a manageable size, and then find out the banks that the PSCN used to pay, which are likely to be the old banks, the First Bank, and all that. Have an MOU with them involving the workers' union, government, and the bank. Say, we'll pay this over 4 or 5 years, and this is the yearly contribution we'll make. And then the banks will be the face that will implement it. I think this would satisfy the workers if they are reasonable and not used by vested interests.
All right, we have another caller. Mr. Musa, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Basically, I just want to make a little contribution and a comment to my two gentle brothers who have been speaking on in a very brilliant tone. I've been enjoying the discussion. But basically, it will be very, very unfair to Nigerians. Sometimes it's annoying when people are looking at people's pension as if you're doing them a favor. No. They have contributed well, they have done their work, the development of the country, and what we see from our leaders is looting and looting and looting. It keeps the morals of the people. And for somebody to say that either 400 billion, whatever the billion is too much for people's pension, it is insane. We should look at the way, we look at all the scandal that is ongoing, even from the presidency to the legislature, to the local government, to the governors. People have been demoralized. People have worked to serve this country, and they die in penury. So as far as I'm concerned, the federal government should just go and look at it. Either they look at when they started the new reform of pension, or possibly pay them the outstanding that has been on, or look at what has happened. Possibly either the new reform, whatever the formula or the calculation that they're looking at, they should just pay these people their money. They should just pay them. Because we're part of a situation whereby people are coming with a reform, you said this one, because it's easier for you and I to look at issues that some of these things does not concern us. We are talking about people who all their life they have labored for, who have not been paid. And you can see what happens to the issue of Ibori. Somebody who just looted billions of naira outside of this country, and what do we get from all this rubbish? So as far as I'm concerned, I'll just appeal to the federal government, look at the way to pay these people. And at any point in time when there is a new reform, communicate it very well to the people. Let the citizens know what is going on. Let us understand your reform. Let us know the implication, the benefit, and the consequences. People can internalize this process and think about the union, and we cannot move forward. We can't just continue to be running country the way we are doing. We are just working as if we are working in a very barbaric country. As far as I'm concerned, sometimes when I look at some of these issues, it's simply very painful. But I'm listening to the two gentlemen who have been contributing this way. They are speaking very well, and I love the contribution. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm very emotional as the issue of the people's pension. Federal government just have looked for a way of paying them back. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Musa. Well, tallies with what you said.
Yeah.
People don't trust government, so, and there's been so much stealing. How can government say it does not have 400 billion?
I share the sentiments about the sentiment, but we're also talking about a sector that has not been innocent in the whole process. Yeah. Our surveys in Clean have consistently rated PSCN as the second most corrupt industry or sector in this. And we're not just talking about top management. It goes down to the meter reader in those days of analog. And even this day of digital, these meters blow up, and then when they come to repair it, they say there is a thread that if you don't have that thread, it will be seen as having tampered with, and somebody has to collect money to go and bring this thread to put it. In the private sector, if you contribute in running a company down, everybody goes. I understand that this is public sector, and then government has to be seen to fulfilling its mandate of safety and welfare of the people. But there is vicarious responsibility. Everybody in that sector has contributed in one way or the other in running it down and has to, share in the process.
Of course.
So you have to lose something, because either you didn't say something when things were going bad, or you participated in doing it. You will also participate in paying a price for having run this public institution down.
When they were putting up prepaid meters in my area in Ikeja, they actually gave us an option. We can give you this meter, but we can connect one phase, maybe the one to your air conditioners directly, so that is not going through your meter. But you have to give us 5,000 naira extra for that. And I thought, why would I want to do that? And if my house catches fire, I will be the dead person, not you.
Precisely.
Do your work the way you're supposed to do it, and please. They give you options so that they can make money for themselves, and now they want 400 billion. Now they know why they don't have 400 billion.
It's very tricky.
My own argument is just based on general principles that people have worked, that they should have the entitlement. But I mean, between you and I cannot fight for any NEPA staff.